Publishing with Dale here on a dreary Friday here in Columbus, Ohio. Where are you at in your neck of the woods watching this? Whether you're watching live or on the replay, I definitely appreciate it. Today, this seems like a lot of fun. I'm going to do this on Fridays for now until, I pretty much get too busy and such. Not enough demand or popularity with this. But we'll be doing these live question and answer and also answering comments. Boy, I saved up the entire week for comments here on the podcast channel. So if you're like, Dale, where's the love, dude? I did it purposely. I figured this would probably make for better content. And on top of that, it gets kill two birds with one stone. So how you doing? What you guys been up to? Hey, Dale, finally got my Kindle today, only about 35 days after it shipped. And it was small from your video, but still smaller than I thought it would be. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it just fits right in the palm of your hand. Yeah, those Kindles are nice. I just got in. Actually, I might as well go ahead and share a little bit of something for you guys in advance. So I think, yeah. So this is the, I'll be having a video here pretty soon. This is the new Amazon Fire HD 10. Yeah, 11th generation. It already out the gate. I saw some really cool features. So the original models of these Amazon Fire HD 10s, they have the camera here at the top. Well, here they have it at the side because I believe they saw that probably people are using their tablets mostly in landscape mode like this. And so they probably put it there. But here's the nice thing is the rear-facing camera is still up at the top like it was in the previous models. It's got an extra gigabyte of RAM. Notably, I feel like it works faster, and the pictures it's really good. It's hard to compare one to the other. It certainly seems like they're exactly the same. I also got in the Nook Tablet, and I don't know where I put it. Oh, it's up here. So there's the Nook Tablet. It's one of the newer models. I'm forgetting what the generation is. But this is kind of comparable to the Fire HD, but this is a little bit cheaper. If anybody's keeping count, by the way, kudos, because I've got more devices than I care to actually say. It's slightly embarrassing, and it seems like it's an obsession. But to be honest, if you're an author, if you're a self-publisher, you're probably going to run into this situation of, someone's going to say, hey, what do you do for a living? And you're going to be like, oh, I write books. I publish. Oh, awesome. Could I check it out? And they'll go, oh, but I don't have a Kindle. Well, I'm hoping that it can equip everyone with that information of, being able to say, hey, my friend Dale, he's got a channel where he does e-readers and tablets. Why don't you go take a look at this comparison video? Or he recommended getting the Kindle Paperwhite, which, by the way, of the three models, if you ever want a straightforward answer, gun to head, I got to answer you. The Kindle e-readers, to me, there's the basic, and it's not really called basic. It's just Kindle. And there's the Paperwhite, and there's the Kindle Oasis. To me, pound for pound, dollar to dollar, just saving stuff, I would just say Paperwhite is probably the best selection you can probably go. It's reasonably priced, especially if you get it around some good deals. Keep an eye on Amazon going into, when's Prime Day? July? June. So keep an eye on Prime Day. That would be the perfect time because you can typically get the Paperwhite as cheap as like 70 or 80 bucks, I think is what somebody said in some comments. So yeah, just keep that aware. Don't think that, I've lost my mind and I've just started just doing this stuff strictly like, and also to be honest with you, it brings in traffic on that main channel. I want to say what's up to everybody here, and remember, we're just going to kind of have a casual hangout Friday. So if you happen to be like, Dale, get to the point, sorry, you're probably watching the wrong video, or you can hit 2x and you can kind of skip through things. I have no offense to that if you hit 2x and you're skipping every now and then because I'm bloviating too long. What's up, Kevin McGuire? It's great to see you. Thank you so much. Always tuning in. I appreciate it, buddy. SL Michael. Samantha, how are you? How you doing? Good to see you join us. I have nothing else. Easy Graphics, my boy Andy over there. Thank you so much for tuning in. And I see Kyle Atkinson, Joseph Carroll. I saw Joseph, you commented on the main channel, which, by the way, folks, I'm not sure if I've ever mentioned this to you, and it's probably good to mention now that anytime on the main channel someone answers you, it's typically going to be Ava, my assistant. Some of you are probably not aware that you're probably like, oh my gosh, Dale, how could you be so sleazy? The funny thing is, she answers everything exactly how I answer it. There was one time, and I'm talking one time out of thousands of comments, that I actually had to retract one because I can't remember if she was just off. She didn't understand. I think it was Genius Links. That was it. She said, oh, it's just strictly for Amazon. It's like, no, Genius Link actually will work with many affiliate platforms. In fact, I don't have Amazon Associates set up in India because you need to have like a local bank there and all that kind of stuff. But there's a service called, I'm forgetting the name of it. And the reason why I'm sharing this with you is hopefully you can utilize this too if you're going to get Genius Link or thinking about it. Oh, man. I'm thinking it's like called something like One Link or Send Link or something like that. You end up getting set up with that, and they handle the Amazon Associates in India for you. And then when you make a sale there, the sale kind of comes through over in directly to you and not necessarily the Genius Link dashboard because it's linked to that, sure, but the earnings come to you directly. So that's probably the only pain in the butt. And I'm sure probably later on, I'm still kind of doing a case study with Amazon Associates and using Genius Link. And it's just incredible the amount of earnings that I'm getting from using an international link generator and not just something for books. That's going to be the thing is, folks, if you want to just sell books and you want to go ahead and get a percentage of those sales, Amazon Associates, perfect. But remember, you're kind of limiting yourself, especially if you have that friend or family member. I just watched a video where Dale just showed the new Amazon Fire HD 10. There's no link in the description below, folks, but you get it. But anyway, you know, you could be able to share that type of stuff, and someone goes and purchases that. And I believe it's at least 4% on e-readers and tablets. So for this tablet, it's about, I got the more expensive model, ads-free, by the way. That's the first time I've ever paid the extra money to get ads-free. I wanted to see if it would help it work faster. It's already looking that way because it's kind of cool when you turn this on. There's no ad there. I'm like, I almost feel like it's broken, but it's not. But yeah, so getting those universal links is kind of nice. Sure, you could probably say, hey, go to my book and then just pick up a Kindle when you're in the Amazon store. And yeah, you'll get credit for that. That's fantastic, you know. But I think that if you can think a little bit more broadly, and you'll probably see a lot more results because it's tough. And especially for those newbie authors out there that have maybe 1, 2 publications, or even anything less than about it, you know, I would say 6 publications. It can be really, really, really tough if you don't have a deep backlog. But all right. Does Amazon set a time limit for you to publish once you send out paperback ARCs? No, you can send a paperback ARC 5 years in advance if you wanted to. It will not have any issue. Now, Joseph, I'm not sure if you've been following yet, but they have 2 things in beta over on Amazon KDP. The one is the hardcover. Having a hardcover option, no jacket yet. But there's a hardcover, and it's only been rolled out to a select accounts, and I keep hearing more people are starting to get it. So crossing our fingers, hopefully everybody will get it soon. And the second one is something that's called standard color. Now, you might be aware of it, but let me go ahead. I'll share with everybody here. When it comes to the color printing, you've got, grab one of my, always got to grab a book, and it seems like I'm just trying to shill for my stuff, but honestly, I don't care one way. But you'll notice it's a heavier paper, okay? And it's got kind of a glossy edge to it. Now, this is a full bleed, by the way, on this. It won't change the cost. It's the number of pages. That's how they charge you. So with that being said, it is an exorbitant amount of money that you're going to have to charge. So I think for Grumpy Gus, this book, it's so small, I would love to just charge like $3.99. But it's not possible because the base print costs exceed that considerably. I think it might be like the base cost is like $5.38, something like that. So I have to, like, if I want to get a few bucks out of it, I got to kick that thing up to about like $8.99, which is ridiculous for that size of a kid's book, because most parents are going to look at that and be like, oh, I'm not know about that $8.99. So standard color is starting to roll out now. It's a lighter paper. In fact, to just be very clear, and I think I'm not 100% on this one, but it's like either a 65-pound or a 70-pound paper. Now, some of you might know what that means. It's the thickness. So when you go a little smaller in that number, for instance, let's go ahead and I'll pull out Knox's book here. So with his book here, Daxander, he has 55-pound paper. Okay, and that's going to be the paper they're going to start doing this standard color on. And it's pretty, that's where I throw the book at here. Hang on a second. The cost so far, from what I could see from the standard color, is pretty reasonable. It's a little bit above regular black and white, but that's to be expected because there's a variety of inks that are going to be utilized on. So standard color is going to be an option. And also they say, if it's going to be image heavy, like it's really fully saturated, so something like my Grumpy Gus book, it wouldn't work for standard color because the problem is if you put too much ink on a paper, it's going to make it warp. And then, of course, the book's going to look all jacked up. That's where you're going to have to go to that larger thing. It's just, you'll have to test it out when standard kind of comes out. But there's those two options. I thought it would make you aware of that. I would love to see, and I'm shouting out to you, Kindle Direct Publishing. I would love to see pre-orders put on paperbacks. I mean, why hasn't this been made available yet? And why can't we order author copies without hitting publish? That's goofy. I can go to Ingramspark and I can get that done. Like literally, snap. Like, I know probably KDP is probably going to get to that eventually, but it seems to me like it shouldn't affect too much of their infrastructure. Just going in and making that option available for pre-order. But that's me. That's my opinion. I'm not sure how you guys and gals feel about that. Gold MMO King, how you doing? It's great to see you. Kevin says, I was using my phone and iPad. They work fine, but I wanted to save battery life on my phone, so I got the Kindle. Yeah, and here's the thing is, I feel almost like I have to have it in my hand. Kobo. Big shout out to the gang over at Kobo Writing Life. They gifted me this, and I've used it all of like a handful of times. Sorry, but I don't plan on gifting this. I will. It was a gift, but it's kind of nice. Something could be said about being completely disconnected from the internet. I'm not sure where you stand on this, and this is not me trying to open up a political debate or anything else like that. But social media can tend to be a bit toxic and distracting. And what ends up happening is sometimes you just kind of get sucked into it. Who liked my thing? I wonder what so-and-so is up to. And the next thing you know, you're doom scrolling through Facebook and you're going, oh. When you want to sit down and read, the whole purpose of just reading is to, well, of course, inform yourself in some instances, but it's to entertain and use your time wisely. Having a device like this that's just completely for reading ebooks is probably the best. As much as I do enjoy the tablets, to me, the temptation sometimes there, and one would say, hey, why don't you just build your discipline? Become disciplined. Easier said than done. It's so much easier doing it this way. And the nice thing is the processors in a lot of e-readers, they're good for reading ebooks, but they're not great for getting on the internet. So for instance, you can go into Goodreads through Kindles. This is Kindle's code. And to some certain extent, you can open up some browsers, but it's like slower than dial-up slow. You think I'm exaggerating? I'm totally not, because I've tested it out. Hardcovers? What? Yeah, exactly. Is it bad that I don't own a Kindle and use my phone for everything? No, not bad at all. But now that I know that, Samantha, I have a feeling the next time I gift out a Kindle, you're going to be getting it. Alrighty. Watch, everybody's going to start blowing up the chat. Give me a Kindle, Dale. Oh my God, social media and troll. I've had to take a bit of time away from YouTube, had some troll comments with vulgarity and attacks. I'll be back on it, but that's part of why I've taken time off. You know, listen, if you're in video content creation, I think this is something that a lot of people don't understand and really underestimate is when you put yourself out there on the internet, it's one thing, but when you present yourself in a capacity like this, being a video content creator, it opens up just this whole treasure trove of expectations on everybody's part, you know, and probably to a heightened degree on yourself. And so when you can get 50 million great comments, but for whatever reason, that one or two comments will just absolutely touch a nerve. You know, we can all say, hey, you know, I'm good. I let it roll off. But those small things will chip away at you. So when it comes to video content creation in any walk of business, if you find yourself being upset, frustrated, depressed, take some time away. You should be doing something that you love. And if you're trying to make a living from it, well, you know, you'll need to kind of pick your battles, obviously, but I would just recommend sometimes absence makes the heart grow fonder. It's a good reason why I try to take weekends off is by the time Monday rolls around, I'm excited. I'm like, yeah, today's podcast day, hooray, you know, and that type of thing. But I'm glad you're taking some time off. Hopefully, and by the way, if there's any video content creators out there, hit me up that are within this space of self-publishing. If you need some no words, let me know. I've got a whole list of them that I can give to you, and you can go ahead, copy, and put it inside your filter. So that way it just sends people straight over to spam. For instance, I have just about every expletive there is because I consider myself a family-friendly channel. In real life, I am not family-friendly. I will be honest with you. I curse like a sailor, and I've got no apologies for it. Just how I speak. It's how I do things. But I know as a business person, my business hat is on, and I'm on here, and there's sponsors, and there's companies, and there's even viewers like you that trust me to keep things a little bit, you know, professional. There's going to be some other channels that want to drop expletives, and they're welcome to go ahead and do that. But at the end of the day, so yes, if you need some, I know I gave it to you, easy graphics. So yeah, social media definitely can be tough. Hey folks, we've got comments to answer. You got questions, and if I missed it inside the chat, please drop it on in there. I'm not sure if I said hi to King yet, but what's up, King? It's good to see you, buddy. All right, so let's switch it on over here to screen share. Yeah, go figure. My Brio's glitching again, so we're just gonna go ahead and turn on that. There we go. Alrighty. So we are right now inside the podcast channel as you guys are watching here. By the way, thank you so much for tuning in, whether you're watching this live on the replay. I know some people are like, what time are you going to be on? I just say 9-ish because I want this stream to kind of feel relaxed and, you know, casual. I don't want to feel the pressure. Like podcast, I'm on time. 12:15, I will be live. These Fridays here, it's going to be around 9-ish because typically I roll out of bed about 6:30. Get breakfast and everything else. I'm done right about 7:30 to 8 o'clock. And then typically about 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock, I'm burning through social media and my emails. So that's why you're the best, Dale. A lot of writers just want to be writers. They don't think about the business aspect, and that's why they never get off the ground. It's true. True, Joseph. Joseph over here dropping some 411. That's what's up. All right. So anyway, you're watching this on this channel. Thank you so much. Watch time hours. It's great. As you know, there is something called the YouTube Partner Program. And in order to be able to get paid with ads served on your channel, you have to hit 1,000 subscribers, which we did. And if you happen to be a subscriber, thank you so much. You're of the first 1,300 people that have chosen to subscribe here. And then nextly, we need 4,000 watch time hours in a rolling year. So it was funny. Yesterday, I was at 3,666 public watch time hours. I lost 3 hours overnight. Wah, wah. This has been exciting. I haven't been this excited about the YouTube Partner Program in a long time. About a little over a year and a half ago, my brother and I had our channel for live streaming tech fully monetized. Now, you might be saying, and I totally get it. You're like, oh, I hate ads. They suck. I'll be in the middle of watching your video, one pops up, or Folks, here's the sad news is YouTube is putting ads on channels that aren't even monetized. So whether I want to or not, an ad's going to be put on there. Now, naturally, when I get myself fully monetized, I can actually shut that off if I wanted to. But the thing is that small inconvenience to you is a way to pay creators like me back. Now, there's some of you that are just absolutely awesome. I know Steven Serrell, you're going to watch this on the replay. I know you are the type of guy, you're so awesome that you watch all the commercials all the way through because you know that it pays me more money. That's fantastic. You guys don't need to go all the way out the way to do things like that. Just putting the ads on there. And also, if you've got YouTube Premium, I get paid through the YouTube Premium pool of money. And, you know, it's not much, but I'll still take it. But these ways of monetizing help pay the overhead cost. That way I can take more time to obsess about this business so that you guys and gals can be able to focus on what's most important. And that's your business and getting it and pushing it forward and hopefully taking some of these tips and run it with you. So if you like that, please continue to watch this channel. I do appreciate it. We're almost there. We will have a celebration party when we're done, and maybe I'll give away one of these tablets. That seems like a reasonable thing. All right, comments and mentions. Let's do it. Mason Pines. Mason, you're awesome. Wait, KDP. Oh, I should probably lay the groundwork here. Let's scroll in so we could see these a little bit better. Okay, so on the right-hand side is the video that it came from. So I just won't even say the video. I'm just going to read the comment. And all right, so let's see it. Wait, KDP doesn't let you publish for free? Could have sworn it used to. That's good information to have since I'm planning on making my novella free to download upon release of my full-length novel. Hopefully you'll be seeing that happen in about a year. As always, thanks for the information. Mason, you're so awesome. In fact, I will even say that. Mason's been a big supporter of mine, I'd say for the past few years now, if not longer. No, you misunderstood me. KDP is still free to publish, but they take a cut of the revenue. And I might as well go ahead and put just a little bit of context to this. See 70% split for ebooks. All right, boom. Yeah, I don't think KDP's ever gonna, this is again speculation on my part, I don't think they'll ever charge to upload it. I think that's one of the things that makes them so enticing for a lot of authors and such, is they don't have to spend that money. But you can still go to platforms like BookBaby. This is actually a very popular video on this channel, is the one about BookBaby. And I want to, one of these times, just give them a test run. I was talking to the founder of the company on Twitter last year or so. We just never really got together at all. Sorry about that ASMR swallowing there. Jenny Stein 1 says, thanks, Dale. Would you advise against starting a self-publishing business on ACX? That's a loaded question. Me personally? Yes. I'm still all for, but I will not go exclusive. Let me kind of expand on this just a little bit, you know, when it comes to the ACX situation. And I think a lot of people are still very upset since October of last year when there was a discrepancy, a problem. ACX had some inaccurate reporting, and they decided to go ahead and catch up on that inaccuracies. And this is when people kind of knew of this situation. Pretty much when someone would get a refund back then, they would just take away from what your earnings were. So sometimes if you're getting enough, you know, downloads of your audiobook, you just wouldn't notice it. And every now and then, maybe like I'd see like a -1. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. There was a refund there, but there was never an individual way of refund, and the refunds were kind of goofy. I do this whole video on there. I would recommend you go take a look at it. I don't want to say anything disparaging about Audiobook Creation Exchange. They have made me a significant amount of income. it's still a great opportunity. Is there some things that need to be reformed? Absolutely. Absolutely. If I were to look at, say, KDP, ACX needs to kind of take some notes from KDP. So but do I think everybody should avoid ACX? No, not by any stretch. But in my personal opinion here, this is my opinion, I think everybody should just go directly to Findaway Voices. Skip to the chase, go to Findaway Voices. I know that that's not as much income that you would make if you were to go solely to ACX. But the problem is when you go all in on any one avenue and something happens bad, then you're kind of left out there in the cold. So just a fair warning. I just believe going non-exclusive is still an option. I don't think exclusive is something I like on ACX. Again, personal preference. All right, Michael Murray, what's going on, buddy? Florida, please come down, Dale. It's still in the works, buddy. I'm thinking we should have an idea by July when we'll be coming down to Florida. But yeah, we'll probably end up having either my mother-in-law, or actually my mother-in-law probably wouldn't, maybe like one of my nieces or nephews will probably come and sit. Oh, good Lord, what was that? And like a trash can. All right, but yes, I'll be making it down to Florida. Yes, it's in the works. I think Vegas has just become all but an idea. That seems great for vacation, but for moving there, I don't think we're 100% on that one there. Okay, so I see a question live here inside the chat. Thank you so much for dropping them, Joseph. I appreciate the engagement. That's really awesome of you. How does the process of getting a description done by Brian Meeks' work? Okay, this is my face palm. I love me some Brian Meeks. He's a good friend. We have chatted for hours. And actually, I take it back. You guys and gals know how chatty I am. When I go with Brian, I probably get a few words in. He is such an energetic guy. I love being around him. He's a wealth of knowledge. There's a reason why I face palm, because Brian doesn't make it the easiest way to get a hold of him. Go to Facebook and you just use Messenger. Just get a hold of him through Messenger on that. He also has a group for Amazon descriptions, Amazon book descriptions. So just look up that over there. I don't know what the link would be. Just search it up. Should be there. If you even have the Mastering Amazon Descriptions book, I think it's got a link to it inside that. But you can go in there and then just ping him there. But yes, you just get a hold of him. I was just like, Brian, you got to get a website. And he's just like, oh, this is working out just fine. I'm like, okay, cool. Does he rework your description? Yes. So he could start something from scratch, but typically for fiction books, it's like a really big questionnaire. For nonfiction books, it's a lot shorter. And the fact that we did that on the main channel when I had interviewed him, I gave him some that he reworked on my copy. So that part I do like. Or do you have a discussion with him about the book and he makes one up? Both options. He's great. And actually, when we did Book Rescue and we had Thomas A. Bradley's books, he was the one that did. He did all, but he did one book, and then we went ahead and used that as a template, and we built out all the other descriptions, and they all turned out well, in my opinion. And by the way, Thomas is doing really good these days. He's been seeing an uptick in sales, so that's really awesome. And he's getting ready to release The Bones of Sarah Golescu. That was one of the things we teased at the very end of the video. What's going on, Celinda? It's great to see 8 or 9 of you hanging on out. Thank you so much for taking your Friday, spending it here with me. Let's get to the next comment. Michael Yoder. Michael, I see you there. You've been subscribed for 2 weeks. Thank you so much. That means the world to me. I have a few people as advanced readers, a couple for editing and thoughts, and a couple who might change up for technical advice. Editing and thoughts. Oh, okay. So like feedback. One person found a glaring error which would have sunk me on release, so I totally believe in advanced readers for their expertise. I also acknowledge them by first name for assisting me. Yes, so I'm just going to put a simple nice. And by the way, thanks for being a subscriber for the past 2 weeks. Boom, there we go. Michael, you're awesome. I appreciate that. And I appreciate each one of you for doing that. Edits are going on. Something else different going on yesterday. I dropped a comment on that video though. All right, Just Merv says, I'm trying to publish a book. I see you have a lot of videos on self-publishing companies. Is there a video comparing these companies? I have a whole video series, actually. I'm having a hard time knowing the best way to go about the publishing process. I'm also unsure about how to get a book cover at a low price. Okay, so watch this video series. All right, you guys are going to see all how I do the magic. So if you are video creators and you do not do this, I recommend you start doing it. So we'll go ahead, boom. I have a playlists link. It'll take me to my playlists. Now, I think it was Self-Publishing a Book Online was the name of the series. Yep, there it is, boom. Okay, so this is kind of cool. There's two ways you can share this. You can grab the playlist and give the person the choice. In this instance, I would give this person the choice. But you want to go ahead and catch this one about covers. Okay. If you want to get it to where you're getting more watch time, here's the really cool thing. I could always go, boom, click on this. Shut up, Dale. I would grab this link up here, or copy it, and I would drop it there. Why do I want to do that? Well, naturally, she or he's going to end up coming in here and start watching. And the cool thing is they're going to start binge watching and watching all these things one after the other, versus giving a person a choice and be like, I really don't want to watch the one about Barnes & Noble Press, which, by the way, that right there is my best performing video here on this channel. So thank you if you ever watched that video. I appreciate that. So let's go ahead. We'll close this on out. We've got the playlist there. And I know it's on the main channel. So I'm going to hit Studio. Let's just go right over to YouTube. I don't want it to boot me out while I'm trying to do comments. So let's see here. 10 cover designers. Dale. I'm sure that's got to pull me up. Sweet, it's got both those videos. Hush, Dale. Now, I don't feel like going in and getting a link right now. So what I probably could do is drop it into a playlist, but instead I'm just going to go ahead and give this lady all three of these. I was going to do one, but I'm like, screw it. Let's go ahead and give her all three. Catch these ones. All right. Got that one. Copy. I had a lot of fun with the one with Rob Archangel. Seemed like everybody enjoyed doing that one too as well. All right, and I'm just going to hit reply. Boom. Thank you so much for the comment, Just Merv. I appreciate it. And hang in there. If you're brand new to this business, it can be very overwhelming. It's speaking a different language. You're coming into a whole new world and understanding a whole new process. And this is why I don't want to ever take for granted my experience of coming into this business and feeling overwhelmed and hearing everything from a KDP over to a Lulu to a KNPC to an ISBN to, and it's just, when people talk, like it gets overwhelming. So in this instance, Merv, just take it one step at a time. They always say, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. So take it slow. A friend of mine said to me after he'd been in the business for a year and we're out having some Chipotle or something like that. And he's like, man, I'll tell you, it seemed very exciting of a business. But my biggest problem a year ago was every time I'd start to get into it, I'd feel slightly frustrated because I didn't really understand what you were saying. I could hear English and words coming out of your mouth, but putting those things together, it was rather abstract. So what's going on, Mike Emotion Stories? How you doing? Thank you so much for tuning in. We're doing some comments today. We got a lot, by the way. I need to start burning these here. Sebastian Acacia has been subscribed for the last week. There is a way to bypass the KDP Select program exclusivity. The exclusivity is not about a story, it's about an ISBN. You can publish a book with a specific ISBN, put it on the KDP Select program, and publish a special edition of the same story with a specific preface. This little difference characterizes a new book with the new need of a new ISBN. You add a little new edition on the cover, and you could publish the same story on other ebook platforms. I wouldn't recommend it. That's a rather gray area. Thanks for sharing nonetheless. So let me go ahead and speak on this because I'm sure Sebastian will probably watch this later on and such. What Sebastian is saying is, if you've got an ebook, you publish it through, say, KDP Select, and you got it enrolled the ebook only. It doesn't print book, audiobook. It's not even affected. His theory is, look, you can go ahead and do it this way, but then you just do a deviation, a variation of that specific ebook in some capacity, and you just publish it elsewhere. That's just gray hat stuff right there. I would not recommend that because sure, you'll be able to fly under the radar, but what happens when someone actually catches you? The problem is you're going to end up getting banned. And to me, I think either go exclusive or go wide. Don't try to fool the system. And to me, I think that's just trying to fool the system by putting a separate ISBN on the same, pretty much the same content, because it's the content that you are technically being exclusive for. So, but yeah, I don't recommend that at all. I don't recommend that at all. I'm not sure if this was something, Sebastian, that you kind of deduced from being in the business or somebody taught you this. But I would say don't do it. Don't do it. So, hi from France, smiley face. About to launch a sci-fi trilogy in US. Interesting about how to promote and schedule a good launch. Welcome. Thanks for being a subscriber the past week. I think that was what it was. Yep, week. All right, so here's the last comment. Wow, I thought for sure I had a lot more than this, but we'll refresh in a second. It'll be worth it if it goes worldwide, in my opinion. That's definitely agreeable. Boom. All right. Yeah, certainly. If Kindle Vella goes worldwide, my big head's covering up the thumbnail of here. Sorry about that, folks. Kindle Vella goes worldwide for sure. But I think they're testing in this market, kind of like they're testing out for Audible. They're doing a subscription-based service, kind of like Kindle Unlimited for readers, and I think it might be out in like Germany. Could be somewhere else, India maybe. I'm not 100% certain on that. Okay, let's hit the refresh. Let's see if we got any comments, and if not, we're going to go into the main channel. Nope. Held for review. Oh boy, here we go. Thanks, Dale, for your wonderful videos. Please, can you help educate us about publishing in China? Information on the Chinese market is scarce. I learned they have good platforms like dangdang.com. That's true, actually. Please, can you educate us because China appears to be a big market that can boost sales. Okay, so I've got a good answer for this one right here. Yeah, look into the aggregate publisher. I'm going to pretty much tell them, go to Publish Drive because Publish Drive has Chinese distribution. So they have distribution to China. Oh, you know what? I should probably give them a freaking... Hang on. Let me just edit that. I'm going to delete it just in case they like rush to their notifications. So let's try this again. Check out this video here. Okay, so I've got that video. Remember how I gave you guys that tip earlier? We're going to go into the playlists, self-publish a book online. I'm going to look for the video about Publish Drive. Should have it here. I know I covered Publish Drive. Come on now, Dale. There it is. And I'll grab it right here. Boom. This will give you all the information you need. There we go. Excellent question. Problem is, it got picked up by the filters because you put dingdang.coms. I recommend if you guys are commenting on videos on YouTube, avoid putting websites because it will automatically put you into their spam filter. Alrighty, so we've got the podcast channel answered for the week. And please, if you are a subscriber and you are commenting on videos, please understand I'll be answering them on the Fridays from now on. So it just gets it to where I'm just doing this task all at once instead of coming back every day and chipping away at my stuff. This gives me a good reason to hang out with you guys on a Friday. How are you doing out there? Where are you watching from? Definitely would love to hear from you. Okay, let's get to the main channel. I'm sure Ava's got that under control, but we're going to go ahead and have a look. All righty, here we go. Rowan, oh man. Okay, so let me just take a second here. And we will have channel memberships eventually here on this channel, but on the main channel, we do have channel memberships. And you can be able to find out all the perks. Just go over to my main channel landing page and it says join, click join. And it'll give you all the details about the channel memberships. But Rowan has a flaming banana sticker, so I believe that means that he's been with me for, gosh, 7 months, actually, it says here. So thank you. I really appreciate that, Rowan. All that support. You've been just so awesome to me. I really do appreciate it. I'm sure you got to be really geeked up with the fact that they're doing a print book for KDP over in Australia. So recently changed my book to KDP Select and offer my book for 99 cents from June on in hope I get sales. Since I haven't sold a book in months, maybe this will help. Give it a shot. Keep trying and you'll hit something. All right, I'm going to hit the thumbs up and a heart on this one. Other than intended purpose, my experience so far has been that I have had 2 Kindle Fire 7-inch devices. Oh, by the way, that brings up a good point. Hang on a second. Let me reach up here. There's the Kindle 7-inch. So pretty small guy. Here's the 10. Huge difference. The case is still coming in. They gave me the wrong case size at Amazon. So the first lasted around 4 years. The last just died after 6 years of fairly heavy use. The issue with the first was the battery wouldn't hold a charge. Yeah, that happens after a while. The second one just stopped being able to load any book. Ooh, that'd suck. I really like the dark mode because I often read at night and I don't want to disturb my wife. I'm with you, man. Right now, I'm struggling with the choice between the basic and the Paperwhite. I realized after 10 years of using a Kindle Fire, I never use it for anything except reading. I just plain do not do tablet stuff. I came to your video to try and help decide if Paperwhite is worth the extra cost. And while you did a good job explaining them, I still have one question. When adjusting font size, which of the two I am interested in has a larger setting? Paperwhite. Paperwhite's got the bigger one, and something that you're going to want is dark mode. The basic Kindle does not have dark mode at all. And dark mode being kind of like what I have here on my Kobo device as my screensaver. So let me switch back over here. Let's hold it on up here. I'm gonna see if I can get it to focus. Okay, it's not allowing, you guys get the idea. So it's a black background with white text. You won't get dark mode on basic Kindle. It just doesn't have it. It has it on Paperwhite and has it on Oasis. It was funny, actually, I didn't realize that was available until I had a viewer comment. They were like, but what about dark mode? Like, is there dark mode there? And I was like, oh, I didn't think about that. And I turned on, I was like, oh my gosh. Here I would just read it at night. If I was laying in bed, I would just turn like the brightness down. Switching to black with the white text, so much better, so much better. So let's switch back over here. Other than intended purpose, I lay on my side wearing my glasses is uncomfortable. So I have in the past used a larger font at night so I don't need my glasses in bed. If you see this and respond, then thank you in advance. If you want dark mode, you'll need to go with the Paperwhite or Oasis. Personally, I like Paperwhite better because of value and features. The Kindle Basic doesn't have dark mode. To my knowledge, I mean, I guess I'd probably have to just dig it out. I can't think of where my stinking Kindle is at. I got my Paperwhites by my bedside. Yeah, I'm not really sure where I've got my Kindle. I would be interested to check that out. To my knowledge, the fonts are, the font sizes are apples to apples. The same. Boom. All right. Stop glitching out on me here, YouTube. All right, I got to zoom back out. There we go. For some reason, being zoomed in that close was jacking things up. All right, let's scroll back down. Brandon Nestel from over at Helium 10. Big shout out to the gang over at Helium 10. I just never did business with Helium 10. They gave me some access to their tool. I had it for 3-6 months. I just never used it. They've got a great tool out there. You see me constantly kind of pushing Publisher Rocket and such because I love Publisher Rocket. It's one of my favorite things. Helium 10 unfortunately came after the fact. But if you are doing more like, say, no content books or even product fulfillment on Amazon, Helium 10 is fantastic. They do have a cheaper version of their stuff that's kind of like the competitor to Publisher Rocket, but I just don't know the name of it. But I thought I would just go ahead, just not paid to say this. I have no affiliate links. Helium 10, Brandon Estelle. Brandon's just a super human being, and I appreciate all of your awesome support if you happen to be watching this. So, part of me is wondering why they are letting us publish every week if it isn't live. LOL. If they gave us a start date, I would have released weekly after that date. I might have missed something. I'm sorry if I jumped into the middle of a conversation. All right, let's go back over here to the comments. Another great video, Dale. Thanks. I'll say my pleasure. I appreciate the love and support, Brandon. I just shouted you out my podcast channel. Boom. Thanks, Brandon. Hi, I am unable to check the box to turn on expanded distribution. Is this because my book isn't approved? I meet all the qualifications. Get with KDP to find out why. If it's a no content book, then distribution is limited. Amazon. Ingram Content Group, who handles expanded distribution, refuses to distribute some no content books. Also, certain trim sizes will limit your reach. Boom. All right. I think it's a common misconception, and I think a lot of people just assume that they can be able to tick the expanded distribution box for any print books and such. The issue is, first of all, over the last year, they put something in the terms of service that pretty much says, like, hey, if you got no content books, we can't distribute it through expanded distribution. Ingram Content Group had announced, actually Ingramspark specifically had announced pretty much a limitation of any no content books. It had to have, I think, at least 10 to 20% of actual written content, as they ended up walking that back. But I knew it was going to be a company-wide thing. It was going to go throughout Ingram Content Group because they distribute books. Lightning Source is the one that handles expanded distribution through Amazon KDP. And with that being said, I said, we're going to end up losing expanded distribution for these no content books. Watch. Sure enough, boom, gone. And unfortunately, something that might have happened here with Alexis is, if it's not a no content book, it might be your trim size, because some trim sizes, if you have custom trim size, forget it. You don't have expanded distribution. There are other ones, like, so for instance, my Grumpy Gus books, that's not expanded distribution because of the rare size. It's 8 1/4 by 8 1/4. You have to pick standard trim sizes in order to actually get the distribution. And then last but not least, if you got rejected, chances are very likely it could have probably been falsely detected or identified as being a no content book. So good question there, Alexis, and best of luck. Get a hold of KDP. They're probably your best. All right. Alan Del Monte. Dale. That's me. Thank you for your much appreciated help. Now a question. When I export to create MP3s, my chapters do not properly align numerically. Okay, I've tried everything I know to fix this, but to no avail. Have you encountered this? You guys could see me processing, because as I'm reading aloud, I've already read further ahead, and that's why I stopped. No, I haven't encountered that. My audio engineer titles the files according chapter. Then I just upload and rearrange according to the right order. There we go. So I think what he was saying, and I could be wrong on this here, Alan, that you're getting the MP3s, and for whatever, maybe the titles are not the same and they're just not going in the order that you wish them to be. That doesn't matter where it's at on your computer. Just upload it over to whatever you're distributing to and then reorganize. All the platforms do that. ACX does that. Let's see here. Findaway Voices does it. I believe Publish Drive does. I don't know if Authors Republic does, but I imagine so. Shinshi, so on and so forth. So you have the discretion, just kind of move them around and such. So best of luck on that there, Alan. Hopefully that helped answer your question. Thumbs up, heart. Cat, hello. Thank you for this information. Are you saying if expanded distribution is selected, I make a sale on Amazon, would my royalty be 60% for that one sale, even though expanded distribution is selected? Correct. Expanded distribution does not affect Amazon royalties. You get the lower royalty for expanded distribution sales only. Boom. Thumbs up. There we go. She Major Creative, do you have any marketing footage of what the best-selling ads look like, or good examples of creating ads? Yeah, let me think here. I know I've got a playlist here somewhere, and even though like the user interface on this one is a little older, I always just recommend, if you're breaking into the business of Amazon advertising, go watch this one. You'll at least get the fundamentals of how to do things. So I'm going to press that right there. Boom. Okay. Here's an older video series. I should say just 2-part video series. All right, I'm going to drop that right there. Though the dashboard is different, fundamentals are there. All right, I'd need to probably stop doing this zoom here, guys. I'm sorry. If it's hard on your eyes, I apologize. What are your thoughts about Pro Writing Premium Plus? It's good. Me personally, I picked up the lifetime access. It's good. Though I bought the lifetime license, so I don't worry about the upgrade anymore. Boom. So when you do get a lifetime access over to Pro Writing Aid, I'm pretty certain the biggest difference between regular Pro Writing Aid, there's a free one, there's a paid one, and then there's a higher paid one. The higher paid one, you get more plagiarism checks. That's literally all you get in addition to your normal thing. For your monthly one, I think you get like 1 plagiarism or maybe 2 plagiarism checks per month. For the lifetime access, I think you're allowed to have like 2 to 4 plagiarism checks a year or something like that. Get with Pro Writing Aid to find out if that's a feature that you're most curious about, especially if you're working with freelance writers. You'll want to make sure that, get some kind of software that's very reliable. Get Pro Writing Aid's good. Grammarly's good. There's a number of online plagiarism checkers too as well. All right, thumbs up, heart, boom. All right, so, it looks like it's the last comment here. So we're going to be wrapping up here pretty soon here, folks. Hi, Dale. I wanted to ask a question about the barcode. Will Ingramspark provide the barcode for you when you have your own ISBN, or do you have to place the barcode on the book yourself? No, hang on a second. These ones are published by Ingramspark, yeah. So that must have been a proof. Look. Yep. Yeah, so I always keep the Ingramspark version. I'm kind of selfish, so if I've ever sent something to you in the mail, any of the books inside the mail, like, sorry, I gave you KDP's version. I'm kind of selfish. I like Ingramspark's versions better. It's just a little bit better printing, in my opinion. But, yes, Ingramspark will take care of that for you. Just bring your own ISBN and you're set. I don't think it's always been that way with Ingramspark. To my recollection, I think you had to come with the barcode like some time ago, but I don't know when they rolled that out that they started providing the barcode. There is a video coming out, either it was yesterday or it was today, that I show how to create, or it could be tomorrow, I'm not sure, that I show you how to do a barcode 100% free. Do not go and buy from any of those damn services. Like, sorry, Balker has a monopoly on this business. They're getting our money for the ISBNs. They don't need to be getting our money for barcodes. They can stick it. So, are you laughing at me over here telling them to stick it? Yeah. I didn't say anything curse words, so. And Balker's not going to be an advertiser or sponsor for this channel anytime soon. They don't need me in order to get their money. Sorry, I'm just speaking. I'm speaking my truth.
No, I had another vision.
Oh, okay, I gotcha. All right, so I'm going to close these out. We'll hit held for review. Fair warning, this might not be family friendly, and hey, it's cleared it up. So, I'm going to go ahead and hit the refresh. See if we have any more comments. We look good. Awesome, good stuff. So, man, we spent about an hour. Yeah, a little over an hour doing some of the comments and such. So, hey, take care, Easy Graphics. Oh, last comment. Yeah, this is it. I got to hop off. Now, folks, thanks for all the great info. Yeah, thank you. Have a great day ahead, everyone. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and start to wrap up here. So thank you so much for tuning in. We can shut off that inset there now. I will be back on for sure on time on Monday, 12:15 p.m. this coming week. We are going to be doing a Google Auto-Suggest interview. I saw this done with some celebrities and such, and I thought it'd just be kind of fun. I tried this on my own, where I started plugging in some broad keyword matches, and I would get the Auto-Suggest to populate for me on Google. And there was some questions. I was like, oh, this is going to be fun to answer. So this coming podcast is going to be a ton of fun. I'll probably have a lot of like the Auto-Suggest all done in advance. But nonetheless, it should be a fun episode. Come join me this coming 12:15 Monday. I'll start it out with the news. For whatever reason, YouTube's being a butthole and it's not allowing me to clip the news out. I need to probably clip it as soon as I'm off the live, and that's just a pain in the butt. But if you want to catch the news, you have to tune in on Monday live or catch it on the replay within the first day or two before it gets edited off. And so that's just about it here, folks. Thank you so much, Joseph, for coming on in. Good to see everyone. Good to see you too, King. Thank you so much. Thank you to Celinda and Easy Graphics. And thanks ever from Sydney, Fred. Thank you so much for tuning in, Fred. And let's see here, Samantha. I appreciate you coming on in here. Mikey Motion Stories. And did I say Joseph Carroll? Well, I'm going to say Joseph Carroll again. And that was 3 times, I think. Kyle Atkinson, thank you so much for popping on in here. And thank you if you happen to be lurking about. Have an awesome weekend ahead of you. And oh, yes, by the way, I should probably post this on the community tab. I'm having an interview. I'll be on The Huddle tomorrow with Walter Strong III. We're going to be talking about how to self-publish your first book. I don't know what I'll be getting into. Walter seems like a fantastic guy and a great host, so it should be a good conversation. I'll see about getting that on the community tab here on the podcast channel and also on the main channel. Take care, folks.